Hi, friends, and welcome to my podcast. This is a channel where I share my insights, and my name is Ryan Abair. And today I'm talking about creative problem solving. And I want to talk about some of the fundamental laws around challenge, obstacles, and problems, and how just seeing the problem is indeed part of the solution. And we're going to talk about how to tap into the creative and resourceful mind. So stick around if you're interested in creative problem solving. One of the most important aspects of spiritual understanding is in the fundamental laws of the universe. In its simplest form, this is all about how we see reality. And if you are faced with a problem, and I don't care how insurmountable it seems, one of the fundamental principles of spiritual enlightenment is that there is nothing bigger than me. You can say that to yourself. There's nothing bigger than me. And people who run away from their problems, avoid their problems, are using a part of the brain that would be like chickens running around with their heads cut off. And a creative person is artistically minded. They do more chin scratching and giving things second, third, fourth, or fifth thoughts, in so much that they begin to access deeper parts of the brain which do not think in words. This is what you would call contemplation. So an artist deeply contemplates what appears to be an obstacle. And this is the application of faith. Simply getting closer and closer to what seems like depleting resources or lack or trouble or chaos, because this gives us a chance to expand creative ability. It's fun to create, and in order to do that, you have to be jutted up against a so-called problem. But the secret, if there is one, is that your perception to see a problem, just that, if you can see the problem or the obstacle or whatever it is you're facing, means the solution is embedded in seed form. It just has not clarified itself. So you have this obstacle, and right at the heart of the obstacle or the problem or the challenge or whatever is the solution. So you apply a deeper thought to it. You extract the craziness, you extract the reaction to it. You extract the words of, how am I going to figure this out? You extract the doubt. You sit with it and see where the loophole is, where the opening is. And it might not be obvious to you immediately. You may have to live with the challenge or the obstacle or the problem before the solution materializes. But it does that on its own. Most of us think that obstacle and problem and challenge is insurmountable. We believe that to be bigger than us. Of course, that leads you to death, right? Is death a problem? No. Death is not bigger than you either. You're going to sail right through it. There's a solution to death. It's surrender, right? So the key is knowing that when you see a problem, there is nothing that necessarily needs to be done right away, except relax and release, and more than likely to do nothing. There is nothing you need to do except believe that the solution will materialize because you see the problem. And this is not counterintuitive, it's countercultural. You have to get really good at seeing what everyone else is doing. Where the crowd goes is what you would call countercultural. Intuitively, the solution would be found where everybody else is not going. So I have found so much wisdom and insight getting off of social media. Everybody's, I just had this issue the other day. Are you on Instagram? That they implied that I had to be on Instagram because they wanted to do something. No. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok. It seems like because culturally, that's where everybody's at. But I don't feel that in my spirit. I feel that as a problem building up in our society. That social media will have an explosion of some kind. And so creative people start to pay attention to the still small voice within them, which is the seed of a solution. If you see what I'm saying, that's where the artist goes. The artist goes down his or her own path. So you get really good at spotting this if you understand that if you see a problem, you have already implicitly seen the solution. So how does everybody handle this chaotic world? How does everybody handle climate change? Well, everybody handles climate change by panicking. The creative person handles climate change by deeply thinking of opportunities. If you think about every single time the masses have reacted to a particular challenge to society, it's the creative individuals that have peeled off from that, and they've become nonconformist and have profited, right? The people who develop vaccines and products and ways to help people deal with such a challenge, those are the opportunists, which are labeled entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are really in touch with this deep sense that a problem is not a problem, but a fun project to dive into. So this principle is applicable to you in what are you afraid of? That's another one. If you move towards what you're afraid of, if you get a little bit more closely aligned with it, most people run. See, society or most everybody I know is afraid to be broke. They're afraid to be alone. They're afraid to be in a room with nothing to do. They're afraid of getting off of social media. Excuse me, I'm just getting over it, being sick last week. So you begin to sense where everybody else is going, I'm going over here. Lots and lots of people can't get up early in the morning. Well, I started gravitating towards getting up really, really early. It's like when my brain is most clear. Everybody finds it hard to lose weight. I'm going to try to figure out that solution by listening to my intuitive voice, by going away from the trends and the products and the easy way out. You see, you begin to see these shifts, and you begin to learn to go in the opposite direction that everybody else is. And it's exciting to know that if you've spotted the problem, the solution is hidden right in it. That's the silver lining of every cloud. That is the breakthrough that helps us. So the principle applies everywhere, even in the gym. Working out is a problem. It's a big inconvenience to put a bar over your shoulders, or to do a squat, or to do a push-up or a pull-up. Those are inconveniences. Those are the body initially reacts to that as a problem. But in that problem, people find the solution to health. Do you see what I'm saying? We're afraid to go to the gym. We're afraid to move our bodies. We're afraid to put ourselves under that kind of duress. So the vast majority of people do not exercise and work out. So you begin to realize that is a cue to do what everybody else is not doing, because you've spotted something. And even in your immediate circles, look at the foods people are eating. Look at the things they're watching and the things they're doing, and do the opposite. And you will find opportunities. The creative mind is activated when this countercultural mindset starts to take in, and you think, seems like everybody's jumping on this bandwagon, this trend or whatever. I'm going to march to the beat of my drum, and it's going to take you in a nonconformist, lonely place, which is where solutions hide. So it requires chin-scratching kind of thinking, deep thinking, and prayer in the sense that you're listening and paying attention to the countercultural movement of the spirit, your spirit. Everybody has this thing going on. So when you notice a problem, I want you to know that you are more than halfway to the solution. It's a deeper kind of thing. And that's why artists do stupid things. When everybody's fighting, they try to put on a comedy show. Like, artists will entertain the troops while the world is at war. The entertainers will do comedy. They will shift where the masses are going. And that's how you become extraordinary. But everybody has this ability. We have a way of seeing that problems mean implicit solutions, and that the universe is in balance with itself. She provides needs. She provides challenges in the same way that I provide a challenge for my dog. I give her puzzles to take food out of puzzles, so that activates the brain and it soothes the brain. So your problems are not to scare you. They're not to make you freak out. They are designed to help you extract the difference between the fearful mind and the creative mind. They help you grow. They are projects. In many ways, it's in a controlled environment that all of this is happening, if you want to think of it that way. So you can get excited about your financial problems, your relationship problems, your work problems, your problems of the future are all projects. They are projected by the same source that allows you to see them. Does that make sense? If you see the problem, the same source is what's going to allow you to see the solution. So the solution is it's a seed form. Problems on the outside where everybody else is, solutions on the inside, the focus, the attentive, the second thought. The person who thinks, how can I be a part of this comeback, this opportunity? That's where prosperity lives, in the middle of a hurricane. Like the eye of a storm. Every storm has a center, a calm center. Every problem has a calm solution, a nugget right there for you to discover. So, look at where everybody else is going, running. Fear of missing out, so they're on social media, right? Always complaining, always talking, always doing. Try the opposite of what you see. Silence, solitude, waking up early, doing the things everybody else is not. That doesn't make you superior or anything. Everybody has this way of seeing problem and solution. Everybody. You couldn't see the problem if the solution was not implicit. And that's how you start tapping into your creative mind. It's exciting. It's not meant to scare you. It's exciting that your creative mind is open like that when you see it in seed form. Every problem is a seed that has as its nucleus a calm center called the solution, which simply you need to spend more time with it, more contemplative thinking, and you'll see it. It'll come into focus as you get closer to it. My name is Ryan Hebert. I hope you enjoyed these insights. Please check out my blog. It's called mymorningmotivator.com. We'll see you next time.